games are basically about self-directed learning. That's what they are. I mean, pretty much every game that you play has a learning model in it. It has a whole structure, whether it's, you know, understanding the logical consistency of the world that the developers have created, and exploring that logical consistency and how the world works, versus, or in addition to just understanding the mechanics of gameplay. How do you navigate? How do you interact with objects in the world? How do you achieve things in the world? I'm not just talking like fighting games or anything like that. I mean, you've got very complex games like RPGs, role-playing games. There's ones like Skyrim, which is a very popular one, which is an incredibly huge immersive world. So many different things you can do, so many objects you can interact with. And so it makes the learning very experiential and similar to our own environment, just because, I mean, you can pick little objects off the shelf, you can bring, you know, take objects with you and all that. Whereas you have the other side of it where you've got something like casual games on smartphones and tablets, for example. Those are the kind of games that you play like in 1 or 2 minutes.
No matter how effective we are at packaging a lecture into something that's meaningful as a story, it still takes, you know, there's going to be some sort of incentive from the institution, and there's just no replacement for someone in the classroom who can fire their imagination and get them involved in the technology. I love the idea that gamification kind of embedded throughout a technology experience incentivizes students with rewards. So if you can think of ways to have activities cash out in some kind of you know, badging certification.
I think we don't understand the process very well, and we could do as much harm by pushing technology as pulling up standard things that we have used over time. So I think we need to go cautiously. We need to think more about it. We need to develop ideas and theories, and also the people who are developing these technologies and the teachers, educators, they need to communicate to each other and understand what is working, what's not working.
Well, I don't know, don't read it. You take a little quiz at the end. It's an hour-long test, and it's just like, read the question, multiple choice. Like, it's so boring. But what we had a student do is to add in kind of gamification, and to first of all take that 80-page training manual and make it something, create something online that like you want to go in. You change the way that the tone that things are written. It doesn't have to be so bureaucratic. Like, it can be light, and even though the message is serious, like things like sexual harassment, stuff like that are serious issues, but they can be presented in a way that employees aren't like wanting to like just get up and say, I'm done with this, forget this. So students are really helping us do this, and the great thing is too is that, I mean, it's, you know, the government isn't spending tons and tons of money going to outside contractors and spending all this money saying, hey, build this for us. Students are coming and saying, we want to help do it. And so they're learning from, you know, the experience of working alongside, you know, civil service and foreign service folks who can kind of even be like mentors or help guide them, or say like, well, you might want to think about looking at, you know, some development opportunities at USAID, or maybe an internship, you know, with this think tank. So I think they're giving us so much and helping us that we, in turn, have such a responsibility to give back, you know, give back to them, and kind of help students on their sort of, you know, career paths as they're helping us move forward with technology and digital diplomacy and what the rest of the world is doing and doing so well. And we need